Majority of Nigerians consider Tinubu's administration to be the worst government ever in the history of Nigeria, even pre-independence times. It is quite unfortunate that the rate of suffering, inflation, poverty, insecurity is at alarming rates, and the government appears helpless amidst all these multifaceted problems bedeviling Nigeria. In the midst of renewed hope of hopelessness, as majority of Nigerians affirm that this is a renewed hope of hopelessness. Tinubu is asking the chairman, the local government chairman, the state governors to reduce hardship in their own regions and locality. Isn't that sarcastic? A man saddled with the responsibility of governance, protecting of life and property. The same man criticized Jonathan 6 months into his office, calling him names. He cannot provide and solve Nigerian problem. Now he is in the helm of affairs, worsening the situation for Nigerians.
Well, if Tinubu is asking governors and local government chairmen to reduce poverty in their localities, then my question will be, with what? With what are governors going to reduce poverty? With what are local government chairmen going to reduce poverty? You have taken what belongs to them to yourself, and you are keeping it in Abuja through this useless political system. And then you're asking them to, make life meaningful for them, when you have taken from them the tool with which they will make life worth living for their people from them. If the regions, if the locals, if states are controlling their resources, then the man at the center can say, take care of your regions, take care of your states, take care of your locals, make sure they live fine. Don't let them experience poverty. Don't let them experience hunger. That would be a fatherly advice. You understand? But with what does Tinubu expect these governors and local government chairmen to take care of the public? What they have isn't enough at all, because the main thing has been collected from them and taken to Abuja. And a few power moguls have shared these things this morning, accruing from the sale of our mineral resources, which are taken from locals. So for me, it's beating about the bush. For me, that's a statement from a confused man. Yeah, you made mention of it that Tinubu's government is the worst in the history of Nigeria. And not just Tinubu's government, but APC as a political party is the worst in the history of Nigeria. Nigerians have never suffered like this. Even the difference between now and during the war is that people have freedom now to go about their normal businesses. But whether people are dying as if in the war, yeah, people are dying by unsolvable problems that government should have naturally, solved. But because we have a government that is not willing to make life better for the people, these things persist. And they keep telling us of renewed hope. For me, it is renewed hopelessness. You see, it is evident that APC is not a well-screwed political party with an aim to making the nation better and life for the people better. It's just a cacophony of desperados who wanted power at all costs. People who are not ready, well prepared for the leadership challenges. that they would inherit assuming political powers. They got there and they were confused. In fact, in 2015, they prepared for war because they never knew Jonathan was going to release power. It was just like they got power when they were not prepared for it. But 8 years is gone. 2 more years is gone. That's 10 years. More than 10 years. And life is hellish for all of us here. Living in Nigeria is just like living in hell, where absolutely nothing works. Every day, all you see is government programs aimed at stiffening the chains of slavery and poverty that are tied around Nigerians. It is quite bitter. It is quite unpardonable for these people. They make life miserable for us in the midst of so much wealth. And that's too bad. It is evident they are not qualified to be where they are at all.
It's calling on Nigerians to be more patient, that his economic reforms, blah, 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 is geared towards building a better future. How could he convince Nigerians why he criticized Jonathan 6 months into his office? And today is 2 years plus, still giving excuses for his inability or lack of prudence and capacity to govern.
He is a failure as far as I'm concerned. Tinubu and his APC, a bunch of failures. If they had made life better for Nigerians than what Nigerians used to have during the time of PDP and Jonathan, then we would have said he was right in condemning Jonathan and PDP. But you see, it's like taking people from heaven and planting them in hell. He took us from heaven, PDP and Jonathan, and planted us in hell. APC, Buhari and himself. How can we, from which point do we talk about this thing? That Nigeria is owing over 200 trillion naira worth of debt from 2015 to now. It is inexplicable. Then look out for mega projects that have been done with all these loans that have been collected. You see almost nothing. Then where are the monies? Where are the loans that you have indebted generations of our children with? So it's terrible. It's terrible. APC is terrible. And all the people that make it up, they are terrible. They are terrible. Not to be discussed in the morning. They are terrible.
He said in one of the videos, if he fails to give Nigerian light, electricity in 6 months, Nigerians should not vote for him. If he calls for an extension of his tenure.
Who said that?
Tinubu said it, and today we are living testimonies. He's calling for canvassing for 2027 while Nigerians are still in dark, wallowing in deep darkness.
Oh, well, I could remember, particularly Fashola, the then governor of Lagos State. He said every responsible government will fix electricity in 6 months. And when APC took over power, he was made the Minister for Power. And for 8 years, Fashola was there, a confused man. Things got worse till today. 10 years later, no solution to electricity. And he said, in 6 months, any responsible government will fix electricity. Signs of failure. Tinubu said he was going to sell fuel for 15 naira and kerosene for 20 naira. When he was campaigning for Buhari, the APC will do this, APC will do that, APC will sell fuel for 15 naira and will sell kerosene for 20 naira. He was saying it on campaign platforms and all over the place. Today we can see 90% of what Tinubu promised, he has failed to fulfill. 90% of APC's promise, they have failed to fulfill. It is just a pity. They have made history for themselves. Yeah, APC. They have made history for themselves as the world political party in the history of Nigeria. And so the history is there for them. So it's terrible.
You said, you described that living in Nigeria is just like living in hell.
Oh yeah.
How do an average Nigerian household survive in the midst of this cruelty, economic mishap? I mean, how did an average Nigerian family household survive this economic mishap?
Living below $1 per day is unthinkable, but that is what we face here. That's what we face here. Cannot access food, cannot access healthcare, you cannot access good house, anything that is good as far as life is concerned. Eludes Nigerians. Factories, companies closed down. Some left this country to our neighboring countries because there's no electricity, and the prices of petroleum products to run generators for production so expensive. Consequentially, workers have lost their jobs in millions. Nigerians have lost their jobs in millions. Financial pressure on everybody. A whole lot of us have died. Pensioners' money have been stolen by those in government, and pensioners died in old age, impoverished. Just think about it. Just think about it. It's nothing good to speak about the government as being, there for the people, as providing for the people. Nothing. Products that you have here are low quality products because companies are now struggling to survive and at least keep some Nigerians on payroll. And so what they shell out is very, very poor quality products. And Naira is practically dead. Are you talking about importation of raw materials for these products? Are you talking about taxes that the government has put on these companies which they pay, which in turn they take from Nigerians that are under pressure already? So, see, we have no government. It's just like Emperor Nero is ruling us. It's just too bad every Nigerian is a slave, except those few people that are causing this problem by taking what belongs to over 200 million others. It is a pity.
It is a pity. You said they turn out poor quality products. There have been revelations of the alarming rate of cancer, even in children, in most of the consumable products.
Yeah.
In recent past, even the Senate President Nigerians Lament that there is multiple internal organ failures. Nigerians are dying because of adulterated and poor products ranging on drugs, food commodities, consumables, and the rest of them. Even soft drinks, Nigerians are now being exploited, eating with the hard cash resources, buying what we kill them. Your take on this? What is the role of the regulatory bodies and the rest of them?
It is
everybody
still,
to himself.
it still boils down on the failure of the government. The government is a regulatory body as far as the whole nation is concerned. But when you have people who don't really care about governance and the people they represent, when you have selfish people in power, that's bound to be breakdown in the general running of the nation. Nigeria is a dump field where all manner of rubbish is brought, and we helplessly buy them, and we helplessly use them. And these things helplessly kill us slowly and steadily. So it's bad. It's bad. We don't have people in government. We don't have leaders. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Unfortunate. So how do we get out of this? Because the Nigerian lives have been threatened on a daily basis. No functional healthcare system. Even the food is becoming more or less poisonous. So how do we navigate out of this? What advice do you have for Nigeria?
We need a change. We need a change. Tinubu, when he came in with a change mantra. He said we need to change Jonathan. Now we need to change him because he's worse than Jonathan. So in 2027, we have got to change Tinubu. We have got to change APC. We had malaria. They brought cancer. And not just cancer, but leukemia. And so they make our life miserable. When they promised us they were going to save us. You understand? They made dollar at 196 naira. Now they sell dollar almost 2,000 naira. So we need a change. We need to change Tinubu and APC in 2027 election.
He said Nigerians should be patient with him and more or less give him another chance. Possibly he might correct and fix the errors. And everywhere will become water than fire. So what is the reactions from the...
Evidently Tinubu has no solution. APC has no solution. You can't give what you don't have. You cannot.
Which means 2 years is enough to have registered his political strategies and inspire hope to Nigeria.
Fashola, when he was governor of Lagos State, in 2 years, was practically in every of the 57 local governments of Lagos, bringing about all manner of development activities. You understand? So if a government is serious, if a president is serious, within 2 years, we must see their impact positively.
Exactly.
You understand? But APC is there for 10 years now. Tinubu is there for more than 2 years now. And things are just worse, and worse every day. So what chance is he looking for?
The economic minister and advisor said that the economy is improving. Nigerians are getting
They
better.
are liars. They are propagandists.
There's more improvements. The GDP
They are propagandists.
is growing. So how is it growing that Nigerians are losing jobs?
Thank you. If
They
GDP,
will not buy food to eat.
thank you. That is it. If GDP is bettering, you will see it in the daily life of the people. Gross domestic product, that is GDP. It affects the economy, the gross economy, and the micro economy. But the macro and micro economy, GDP affects it. You understand? So they lie, they know they lie to cover themselves up. But we are not idiots. We know. They went to school, we went to school too. You understand? So all these people, we know they are propagandists. APC is a propaganda political party. They should change the name to Propaganda Political Party of Nigeria. You understand? Something else is happening. You are telling us something else is happening. When we are not idiots and we are not blind and we see these things happening. And telling us it's something else. We don't have food on our table, and you say there's so much food.
I wonder.
Then where is the food? Do you know the cheapest thing you could afford in Nigeria before was Gari Jebu? You buy Gari Jebu, you buy granite and
It's
sugar.
even free of charge sometimes.
You enjoy the thing with pure water. You sleep well and woke up strong. Can you afford Gari Jebu and granite now?
It's not.
And sugar.
It's out of reach. Oh.
It is not rich man's food.
A dedica is 500. Some areas is 700.
Oh my God! For you to drink Gari Jebu now, almost 1,000. And where is the 1,000? Tinubu has done enough. We thank him. He should just go.